Exacta trifecta, first half of the double. Number 1 is URBANE, owned by Henry and Sally Jasevchik with Mark Evers. 2 is up front leader, owned by Wingfield, and Wingfield, Jeff FOUT. 3 is Del Schulte's The Captain STRAUGHN, Jamie Dunlap. 4 is Stand For Me, owned by Leonard Buckner with David Myers. 5, First Time Adam, is owned by Robert Cox with Kyle Ader. 6 is out. 7 is ALOTA MARAUDER, owned by Diana Russell. Tom Russell drives. 8 is Tom Martin's Sharp Son and Dave Hawk. 9 is out. The 10 is Richard NUKESON, owned by Dean Collins, driven by Del S. Miller. Post time 7 minutes. Back to the winner's circle, First Time Adam. First career victory for the 4-year-old That's Adam from Time to Go Get 'Em by George S. Owned by the trainer Robert Cox of London, driven to victory by Kyle Ader, 2 minutes and 3. Here's your rundown. URBANE was 5th, up front leader 2nd, the Captain STRAUGHN was 4th. Stand For Me finished 3rd. First Time Adam, the winner, Irish Ire, was scratched. ALOTA MARAUDER 6th, Sharp Son 7th. Charlie's leader was scratched. Richard NUKESON was 8th. Top down in the first 5, 2, 4, 3, 1 scratch, 6, 7 scratch, 8. No changes in the second. Exacta second race. Exactas and tries. Win his perfect print owned by Brechter and Mogan's Brett Miller. 2 Honey Bunch SAHBRAs owned by Farquhar and Benz, Jack DAILEY. Streaked Garden is the 3. Iris Horowitz owns. Debbie Rucker is up. 4 is Sue and Sarah, owned by Gilmore, Rogers, and Batchy, Rick Hiteman. Number 5, Expensive Gold, is owned by Ronald Bates, the driver, Randy Tharps. 6, Schilling, is owned by Henry and Sally Jasevchik, Mark Evers. 7 is Game Barbarian, owned by Ballinger and CLOTTS, Jeff FOUT. The 8 is Greylock, and released to Ron Barker, Del S. Miller. 9, Noble Julie, is owned by Gail Potter with Dave Hawk. That's your field for the second, post time in 7. Second race pacing field lined up in the backstretch, and there they go. They're off. Game Barbarian is urged off the starting gate. There goes Honey Bunch SAHBRA from the inside, along with Noble Julie from the far outside. Secret Garden will settle away just off the pace in 4th. Sue and Sarah is 5th by a length and a quarter. Perfect Print is next. Then we got Expensive Gold, gap of 3 to Schilling, and Greylock is at the back of the pack early on. Game Barbarian shows it, but here comes Noble Julie, and Noble Julie presses on by Game Barbarian in the early going. Followed by Honey Bunch SAHBRA 3rd. Secret Garden is 4th, and the quarter goes in 28 seconds flat as Noble Julie sweeps to command and opens up 2 on Game Barbarian. Honey Bunch SAHBRA is a prominent 3rd, gap out 2. Secret Garden is 4th by 2.5. Sue and Sarah is next. Then we get Perfect Print with 12 to make up. Expensive Gold follows her. 3 back to Schilling and 4 back to Greylock as they round the clubhouse turn. Up top, it's the daughter of Noble Land Sam, Noble Julie. She's in charge by just over 1 length. Game Barbarian is sitting the 2-hole trip, and here comes Honey Bunch SAHBRA on the outside to challenge for the lead. 58-2. Honey Bunch SAHBRA and Noble Julie come to terms. They are dead even as they race down the backstretch. Secret Garden is now out and following cover in 3rd. Game Barbarian is locked up in 4th position. 3rd over in 5th is Perfect Print, followed by Sue and Sarah in 6th as Honey Bunch SAHBRA has just about cleared the lead. Racing in 7th position is Expensive Gold, then 2 lengths farther back to Schilling and much farther back to a troubled Greylock as they head onto the far turn with Honey Bunch SAHBRA leading the way, but she is being pursued by Secret Garden, who is under on the outside, followed by Noble Julie, and the 1 Perfect Print went off stride and got in the way of a couple of them back there, Sue and Sarah, and also back there off stride Schilling. 3/4, 128 and 4 as they round the turn into the home stretch. Honey Bunch SAHBRA leads it, but here comes Expensive Gold out in the center. Secret Garden is still there between horses, followed by Noble Julie down the inside. Secret Garden, Expensive Gold, these 2 contested in the final yards. Secret Garden, Expensive Gold. Secret Garden might have just held on from Expensive Gold and Honey Bunch SAHBRA in 2:01 flat. Back in the winner's circle is Secret Garden, a 3-year-old no-nukes filly from Queen Albatross by Albatross, owned by Iris Horowitz, trained by Tim Rucker, driven to victory by Debbie Rucker in 2:01 flat. Career best mile for Secret Garden. 3.5 exacta, 160-140. Try 3.52, 614.60. Double 5.3, 118 even. Exactas and tries. One is Rosemont Princess, some of the Dark Horse stable, Tim Buter. 2 Wild Louie, owned by John Howman with Jeff Collins. 3 Tommy's Trombone, owned by Schoonover and Ledford, Randy Tharps. Londa Edna is the 4, owned by Robert Smith, Brett Miller. 5 Recommended is owned by Russell Hare and Mike Price. Mike Price drives. 6 is Fred Fripples, Platinum Plus, and Jeff out. 7 is Matt and Zeke, owned by Brent Davis with Dave Hawk. A Little Joe is owned by Parker and Berger, Kane Kaufman, and the 9 is LAUR-BOB, owned by Walters and Norman, David Myers. Post time, 6 minutes. Third race trotters are lined up in the backstretch. There they go. They're off, going off stride. Londa Edna. Rosemont Princess from the inside steps out to grab command, and Manzik trots away well early. Tommy's Trombone settles away and up close third, gap of 2, while Louis is fourth by the same. Recommended is next. LAUR-BOB will take a seat mid-pack, and then it's 2 farther back to Little Joe, going off stride. Londa Edna once again, and much farther back to Platinum Plus after a miscue, who trails the field. It's Matt and Zeke making the tempo early, leading the way by just over 1 from Rosemont Princess and Tommy's Trombone in 29 3. Gapped out, riding the pylons in 4th position is Wild Louie, 2.5 back. Recommended is 5th, 10 off the lead. Then 2.5 more, and we get LAUR-BOB in 6th position. 2 back to Little Joe in 7th. Span of 4 to Platinum Plus. And Londa Edna is on a dead run, trailing the field as they round the clubhouse turn. Matt Zeke is up top, but Tommy's Trombone is making his move. And there goes Tommy's Trombone out of the 3-hole and surging up on the outside to challenge for the lead. Rosemont Princess back to 3rd. The half goes in 59 4. Gap of 3 lengths. Wild Louie is racing in 4th by 2.5. Recommended is 5th along the pylons. 3 back to LAUR-BOB. 4 more to Little Joe, 2.5 to Platinum Plus, and much farther back to Londa Edna, still on a run. Midway down the backstretch, Tommy's Trombone on the outside, Matt and Zeke on the inside. Those 2 are matching strides. Rosemont Princess looks at it from 3rd, and then that top trio is 4 clear. Wild Louie in 4th position. 3 back to Recommended, LAUR-BOB, Little Joe, and Platinum Plus, 129 3. Midway around the far turn, Matt and Zeke appears to have shaken off Tommy's Trombone, who is now a length back on the outside second. Rosemont Princess is poised to strike from the pocket spot, followed by Wild Louie, now a closer 4th as the field straightens away. It's Matt and Zeke by just over 1. Rosemont Princess down the inside second. Tommy's Trombone on the outside is 3rd. In deep stretch, it's Matt and Zeke leading the way. Rosemont Princess is closing, but running out of ground. Matt and Zeke has won it. Rosemont Princess beaten a half length to finish 2nd. Tommy's Trombone was 3rd in 2 minutes and 3. 7-1 exact to 22.60. Try 7-1 3.60.20. Here comes Matt and Zeke back to the winner's circle for the 3rd time this season. 2 minutes and 3 for Brent Davis, Mac Davis the trainer, Dave Hawk the winning driver. Matt and Zeke is a 10-year-old son of Overcomer from Sugar Breeches by Arnie Elmahurst. Be released to trainer Tom Blankenship. Dallas Miller drives. 2 She's Elegant, owned by Ann Klotz and Janet Dar, Mark Klotz. 3 Robin Samantha is owned by Ambalel Patel, Jack Franklin drives. 4 is Out, 5 Special Connection, owned by Dana Taylor, Dave Hawk. 6 More Jewelry, Please, is owned by Josephine and Mike Campbell, Randy Tharps. 7 is Belly Button, owned by Kathleen Borchers with Brett Miller. Post time for the 4th race in 7 minutes. Midland Acres Pacing Series, a field of 6. Approaching the start. They're off, and She's Elegant, wasting no time, goes right out to take the lead. Special Connection for the outside is 2nd. 3 deep in 3rd is More Jewelry, Please. Anita Crombie away in fourth position, length and a half farther back to Robin Samantha, who is second last to the early trailer Belly Button, and Dave Hawkins Special Connection now clear the lead from She's Elegant, but More Jewelry Please is unsettled early on, and here comes More Jewelry Please on the outside, and she looks to brush to command. Gap down in fourth position is Anita Crombie, followed by Robin Samantha, and Belly Button is last, 29-1, as More Jewelry Please is now dictating the pace for Randy Tharps. It's a two-length advantage on Special Connection in second. Same gap back, She's Elegant is now third. That's the top flight. They're three clear of Anita Crombie, Robin Samantha, and Belly Button trails the field that is covered by 14 lengths as they round the clubhouse turn. More Jewelry Please is putting up the numbers. She's in charge by 2 lengths as they move around the clubhouse turn. The pocket sitter is Special Connection in second. 2 lengths back, She's Elegant is third. The half goes in 1 minute and 1. 2.5 back, Anita Crombie is racing in fourth. Robin Samantha is pondering a move in fifth, and 2 clear of Belly Button, who trails the field as they tighten down a bit and race down the backstretch. It's More Jewelry Please, unopposed up top. She's in command as they race down the backstretch with less than 3/8 of a mile left to pace. Special Connection follows her second. Robin Samantha is rapidly gaining ground on the outside, and She's Elegant is back to fourth. 2 more to Anita Crombie in fifth, and Belly Button has trailed throughout, 1:30-2. Midway around the far turn, More Jewelry Please enjoying a length and a half lead. Special Connection is second. Robin Samantha begins to tail off on the outside. She's Elegant now moves back into third, followed by Anita Crombie. Belly Button is last as the field straightens away, and Special Connection pulls the pocket on More Jewelry Please. More Jewelry Please succumbs to the pressure of Special Connection and takes the lead. She's Elegant closing down the inside, but this one belongs to Special Connection, and Dave Hawk winning it by 2.5. She's Elegant to go second. More Jewelry Please was third in 2 minutes and 2. 4 for 7 lifetime with this win in 2 minutes and 2, a career best mile. She's trained by her owner Dana Taylor of Washington Courthouse. Special Connection is a 2-year-old Village Connection filly from Cali. You Are Special by Steady Special. Dave Hawk guides her to victory. 5-2 exacted 23-20. Try 5-2-6 61-40, and this series is sponsored by Midland Acres. Race exacted trifecta wagering. One is Waiting for Sam, owned by Whole Investment Company, David Myers. Two Vincello Hanover is owned by Carl Mayberry Jr., Dick Richardson Jr. 3 OK Terrific is owned by Gene Humphrey and Jerry Webb. Jack Daly drives. 4 is Typhoid, owned by Michael Graney, Bill Walters. 5 Super Gizmo is owned by Blatchford Presser and Presser, Brett Miller. 6 Arazuli is owned by Campbell and Cherry, Dave Hawk. 7 is Neutron Jack, owned by Gilmore Rogers and Batchy, Rick Hiteman. And Roy Wilson trains and drives the 8, Will's Gold, for owner Timothy Williamson. That's your field for the 5th race. 7 minutes. Lined up for the 5th. There they go. There, fast start for Roy Wilson and Will's Gold from the outside, but there goes OK Terrific from the inside. Those two go out as a team. Vincello Hanover comes away and up close third, gap of 2. Waiting for Sam is fourth. Typhoid is parked out in fifth. Super Gizmo is sixth. Razuli is seventh. Neutron Jack is eighth and last, as Will's Gold now shows the way as they move midway around the far turn. It's Will's Gold by 2. OK Terrific is second by the same. Vincello Hanover is getting the 3-hole trip early on. Waiting for Sam is fourth. And then it's Typhoid, Super Gizmo, Razuli, and Neutron Jack 28-4 as they pass the stands single file. And dictating the pace, it's Will's Gold up top by 2 lengths from OK Terrific, who follows through from the inside second. 2.5 back, Vincello Hanover is racing in third. Typhoid is ranging up first over on the outside in fourth. Waiting for Sam is back to fifth. Super Gizmo is hustled along to chase cover in sixth position. 2 farther back to Razuli in seventh. And Neutron Jack is last of the 8 as they wheel by the half with Will's Gold leading the way in 59 seconds flat out of the turn, pacing down the backstretch. Will's Gold by 2 lengths. Now Typhoid is steadily improving on the outside. Typhoid has moved into second as OK Terrific is losing ground in third. Super Gizmo comes onto the scene now fourth and 2.5 off the lead. Racing in fifth position is Vincello Hanover, and Dick Richardson is able to squeeze him off the pylons to grab cover. Waiting for Sam shoots the gap. Razuli is fourth over, and Neutron Jack trails the field. It's being led by Will's Gold, 128-1. and 1. Around the far turn, Will's Gold has Typhoid at his throat. Super Gizmo looks to rally from 3 wide, followed by OK Terrific, who has been sitting the perfect pocket trip. Waiting for Sam is next. Vincello Hanover's full out as they come down the stretch. They are chasing Will's Gold. Typhoid on the outside. OK Terrific down the inside. Super Gizmo trying to reach in the center, and here he comes. Will's Gold, Typhoid, Super Gizmo, Will's Gold prevails. Finishing second, it was Super Gizmo. Show photo between Typhoid and a late closing Neutron Jack in 158 and 1. $8.5 exact at 357.20. Try 854, 1,226.80. Heading back to the winner's circle, it's Roy Wilson with Will's Gold. The longest shot on the board scores in 158.1 for Timothy Williamson of Pleasant Plain, Ohio. Will's Gold is a 4-year-old Falcon's Future from Pam Sweetheart by Albatross, upsetting tonight's 5th race. Series. Number 1 is REBA M, owned by James Glass, driven by Dave Hawk. 2 EVERE'S Connection is owned by Ballinger, Klotts, and Dar, Dave Klotts. 3 Joyce Centerfold, owned by George Smith, Kyle Ader. Polo Gen is the 4, owned by Charlie Little and Wendy Stockwell. Wendy Stockwell drives. 5 Sand Sugar is owned by Bill Sanders, Jamie Dunlap. Tis Now is the 6, owned by Kathleen Borchers with Brett Miller. And the 7 is Up Front, Bustin' Loose, owned by Ed Mullinax with Jeff FOUT. 7 minutes. There they go. They're off. Polo Gen and Up Front and Bustin' Loose come away 1-2 in the early going. Joyce Centerfold backs off the pace in 3rd. Parked out in 4th is Sand Sugar, 5 off the lead, followed by REBA M, and then we got EVERE'S Connection. Tis Now is last of the 7 as they move around the far turn, and Up Front Bustin' Loose lets Polo Gen show the way to the opening quarter. But there goes Up Front Bustin' Loose, not going to settle into the pocket, is challenging Polo Gen early on. Gap of 3 lengths farther back to Joyce Centerfold in 3rd, 29 and 1, a spirited opening quarter as Up Front Bustin' Loose finally relents, and Polo Jen shows the way. 2 lengths further back, Joy Centerfold with the pylon ride in third, and now Kyle Later steers that one to the outside. Sand Sugar will get the cover trip. Third over is Veach's Connection with 7 to make up. Then it's Tisnow, and REBA made a break and is now gap 15 lengths from the field as they round the clubhouse turn. And it's Polo Jen cutting the mile. Polo Jen by just over 1. Joy Centerfold is inching up on the rim second, followed by up front, Bustin' Loose back to third. The half goes in 1 minute and 1/5. Second over, Sand Sugar is well in range, fourth, followed by Veach's Connection. Third over and fifth, Tisnow is racing in sixth at the pylons, and then much farther back to the trailer, REBA M as they race midway down the backstretch, and Sand Sugar has made her move. She loops off cover to take over the lead and draws out to show it by a length and a half now. Polo Jen is back to second. Joy Centerfold is hanging tough on the outside, followed by up front, Bustin' Loose, Veach's Connection, and Tisnow, 129 and 4. Midway around the far turn, and it's Sand Sugar, the best of these, by 2.5 lengths from the early leader, Polo Jen, in second position. Up front, Bustin' Loose is able to shake free from third, and then we get Tisnow and Veach's Connection as they come down the stretch, and it's Sand Sugar shaken up now by Jamie Dunlap. She leads it by 3. Polo Jen is second, followed by up front, Bustin' Loose and Tisnow, but this division of the Midland Acres Pacing Series goes to Sand Sugar by 3 lengths. Finishing second was Polo Jen, show photo between Tisnow and up front, Bustin' Loose, 2 minutes and 2. It's official. 5-4 exact to 69.20, try 5-4-7, 365.60, and results of the early pick 3. 3 of 3 correct, $160. Sand Sugar's back in the winner's circle. This is her first career victory for Bill Sanders of Stevenson, Alabama. She's conditioned by Terry Holton and driven to victory by Jamie Dunlap. Sand Sugar is a daughter of Cam Best from SOS Confederation by Run the Table. Sand Sugar in the second division of tonight's Midland Acres Pacing Series. And here they are for the 7th race. Number 1 is Hoyt Highlight, owned by Brown Riddenauer. Henkel in the Highlight stable. Brett Miller drives. 2 is Eric, owned by Richard Shively with Dave Hawk. Number 3 is Kissin' Sam, owned by James Grandstaff with Kyle Later. 4 Leach is owned and trained by William Webb, driven by Jack Daly. 5 Baytowner, owned by Calvin Lamb, Jeff FOUT. 6 Dressed to Kill is owned by Alan Keith and Patty Roth, Jamie Dunlap. 7 is GP's El Cid, owned by Gail Potter and Claudia Peters, Randy Tharps. 8 Awesome Nuke is owned by Powder Keg Stables Limited, Del S. Miller. That's your field for the 7th, post time in 7. 7th race field swings into the backstretch. 6 Dressed to Kill made a break, recovers now, and has just about caught the gate. There they go. There, off and Leach tries for the lead. Hoyt Highlight with good early kick, and there goes Dressed to Kill, leaving well from the center of the course. Dressed to Kill is up to challenge Leach for the early lead. Eric comes away in 4th position, 2.5 lengths farther back. Kissin' Sam slides up the pylons in 5th. Baytowner parked out in 6th. The outsiders, GP's El Cid and Awesome Nuke, are 7th and 8th. As they move to head stretch, and Jamie Dunlap puts Dressed to Kill on the front end. Dressed to Kill fronts the field by 2 from Leach in second. Hoyt Highlight is third, and the opening quarter goes in 28 and 2/5, passing the stands for the first time. And it's Dressed to Kill calling the shots in here, showing the way by a 2-length margin from Leach, who drafts in from the pocket second. Hoyt Highlight hugs the pylons in third. Eric is guided to the outside in 4th, giving cover to Awesome Nuke, who's 5 off the lead in 5th. Kissin' Sam back to 6th, 2.5 back to Baytowner, and GP's El Cid trails the field as they round the clubhouse turn. It's Dressed to Kill, cutting the mile. Dressed to Kill by just over 1 from Leach in second. Eric is steadily improving on the outside, and the half goes in 58 and 4. Hoyt Highlight is locked up at the pylons in 4th. Second over, Awesome Nuke is 4 off the lead in 5th position. Kissin' Sam is 6 by 2.5. Then it's GP's El Cid outside of the trailer. Baytowner midway through the backstretch, and Dressed to Kill unchallenged up top leads it by 2. Leach is racing in second. Eric is trying to hold his ground. Awesome Nuke is out 3 wide, and Dressed to Kill faltered there, came off the pylons, and lets Leach slide through to grab the lead. 127-4. Midway around the far turn, Leach is able to steal away by a length. Awesome Nuke, 3 wide off cover into second. Dress to Kill gives way now, followed by Hoyt Highlight, who will finally shake free. And Eric on the far outside as they come down the stretch. Awesome Nuke on the outside, powers into command. Leach tries to counter. Hoyt Highlight shaking free down the inside. Awesome Nuke full out. Hoyt Highlight trying to get there, but Awesome Nuke has done it at 30-1. Photo for second between Hoyt Highlight and Kissin' Sam, 157-3. To the winner's circle, Awesome Nuke lights up the board with his first win of the season, 157-3. That's good for a career best mile. He's a 4-year-old black-gelded son of No Nukes from Spicy Hanover by Matt Scooter, owned by the Powder Keg Stables Limited of Streetsboro, trained by Keith Guptill and driven to victory by Del S. Miller. And tries. Number 1 is Eternal Freedom, owned by Kelly Cook, Kyle Later drives. 2, Lincoln San Diamond, under lease of George Conklin Jr. with Del S. Miller. 3 is Runaway Lawyer, owned by the Newcastle stable, Rick Hiteman drives. 4 is a Lust or Bust, owned by Linda Ebersole with Jamie Dunlap. 5, Sambian, owned by Ronald Breckler with Randy Tharps. Kimbo Crombie is the 6th, Kathy Hawk owns in partnership with Sean Barker, Dave Hawk drives. 7 is 5250, owned by Boroff and Crown, Jeff FOUT. 8 is Noble Murd, owned by Brian Moore with Brett Miller. 9 Sharpenet, Betty Jean Jordan owns, Jack Franklin is aboard, and off the second tier is the 10 Tucson Eye Catcher, owned by Maurice Herron with Kane Kaufman. That's your field for the 8th, post time in 6. 8th race field, moving through the backstretch, and there they go. They're off. Lincoln San Diamond and Runaway Lawyer both quick to begin. There's 5250 to join the fray from the far outside. Those 3 disputed as they enter the turn. Gap of 3 lengths back. Sambian comes away at the pylons in 4th. Length and a half back. Eternal Freedom is 5th by 2. Tucson Eye Catcher is next. Then we get Lust or Bust, followed by Kimbo Crombie, who takes a seat in front of Noble Murd and Sharpenet as they move to head stretch. And 5250 is on the engine, leading the way by 2 lengths from Runaway Lawyer in second. It's a span of 3 to Lincoln San Diamond, who's quickly back to third, 28-4 for the first quarter as they pace in front of the grandstand for the first time. 5250 is up top by 2 lengths from Runaway Lawyer, pocketed second. Gap out 3 lengths to Lincoln San Diamond in third. Sambian finds himself about 8 lengths off the pace in fourth. 2 back, Eternal Freedom is racing in 5th position, followed by Tucson Eye Catcher. Then we get Lust or Bust, 3 in front of Kimbo Crombie. 3 more to Noble Murd, and Sharpenet is 15 lengths in arrears as 5250 is on an open lead, reaching the half in 59-1. It's 5250 by 2 lengths. Runaway Lawyer is in the garden spot, second. 2.5 back. Lincoln San Diamond is third. First over grind for Sambian on the outside, fourth and gaining ground. Tucson Eye Catcher nowhere to go in 5th, able to squeeze off the pylons, and that'll force Eternal Freedom out 3 wide. Racing in 7th is Lust or Bust. He's got 6 to make up, and then we get Kimbo Crombie. Sharpenet goes better than the trailer, Noble Murd. On to the far turn, it's 5250, showing it by a length and a half in 128-4. Runaway Lawyer continues to give chase in second. Sambian is starting to lose ground on the rim third. Lincoln San Diamond is 4th, followed by Tucson Eye Catcher and a fading Eternal Freedom, but it's 5250, the 1 to catch as they drive through the final 8th mile. 5250 by just over 1. Runaway Lawyer drops down to the inside, closing second. 3 back. Lincoln San Diamond is third. 5250 is full out. Runaway Lawyer on the inside, reaching up. Runaway Lawyer, 5250, dead even at the line. Lincoln San Diamond was third, 158-1 in a tight one. Back in the winner's circle is 5250, third win in 7 starts in her career. She scores here in 158-1. That's a career best mile. Owned by the partnership of Boroff and Crown of Georgia and Florida. Don Boroff is the winning trainer. Jeff FOUT guides her to victory. 5250 is a 2-year-old daughter of Kim's Magic Trick out of the chairman of the board mare, Channel Surfer. Guys and Supers. Number 1 is Indian Winner, owned by Stephen Kaufman. Kane Kaufman drives. 2 is based on a novel owned by Tom Gray, the driver Jeff FOUT. 3 is What's for Dessert, owned by Glenn Preston Addy, Brett Miller. 4 Wildwood Joe is owned by James Pichachero with Rick Hiteman. 5 Brooklet's Rock is owned by Pam and David Hanauer, Trent Tharps. 6 Treasure Crest, owned by John Nelson, Perrin, Dave Hawk. 7 is out. 8 is Stan the Man Musial, owned by Chet Dubray with Jack Daly. 9 Caleb Special is owned by Pearl Paver, Kyle Ader. Scoring off the second tier, 10 Noble Big G, owned by Robert and Gail Impson, Dallas Miller. Post time for the 9th and 6. 9th race pacing field, lined up in behind the starting gate. There they go. They're off. Wildwood Joe leaves aggressively. There goes Stan the Man Musial from the far outside. Indian Winner is up close along the pylons as they race into the far turn the first time. Based on a novel, comes away just off the speed in 4th. Gap 2.5 back. What's for Dessert is 5th by 3. Noble Big G is next. And then we get Brooklet's Rock followed by Treasure Crest. And Caleb Special is the early trailer as they continue to scramble up top. Indian Winner comes away on top as they round the turn into the home stretch from Wildwood Joe. And Stan the Man Musial has been parked thus far. 28-3 for the opening quarter. Passing the stands for the first time, and Indian Winner will look to yield to Stan the Man Musial as they approach the wire for the first time. Wildwood Joe is racing in 3rd, and What's for Dessert is soaring up on the outside. First over, Noble Big G moves out to grab that cover. Based on a novel is back to 6th. 3rd over and 7th is Brooklet's Rock. Then 3 further back to Treasure Crest, and Caleb Special trails the field that is covered by a dozen lengths as they round the turn to halftime. It's Stan the Man Musial, but What's for Dessert is coming to him on the outside. 58-2 for the half, rounding the turn into the backstretch. And What's for Dessert is starting to get the better of Stan the Man Musial. Leads by 3 parts of a length and is within inches of clearing. Indian Winner along the pylons is 3rd. Noble Big G soon to be uncovered in 4th. Locked up in 5th is Wildwood Joe. 3rd over and 6th is Brooklet's Rock, followed by Caleb Special based on a novel and Treasure Crest. And a stubborn Stan the Man Musial will not give up pylon position to What's for Dessert. They hit 3 quarters, 128-4. Midway around the far turn, it's What's for Dessert 3/4 of a length. Stan the Man Musial trying to hang tough. Indian Winner shakes free. 3 wide Brooklet's Rock is closing in. Wildwood Joe is off the pylons and looking for a seam as the field straightens away. And a weary What's for Dessert has a narrow lead. Indian Winner bearing down. Here comes Brooklet's Rock closing down the center. It's What's for Dessert full out. Indian Winner, Brooklet's Rock. Caleb Special down the inside coming to the line. Tight photo for win between Brooklet's Rock and Indian Winner, and then it was Caleb Special and a photo for 4th, 159-4. 20, Super 5193, 3,447.20. 2 of 3 in the late pick 3, returns 48 even, and 7-5 in the double, comes back 48-20. Into the winner's circle is Brooklet's Rock, scoring his first victory of the season in 159-4. A 4-year-old Townation gelding from Brooklet Matrimony by Armbro Century, owned by Pamela and David Hanauer, driven to victory by trainer Trent Tharps.